La máquina deportiva, la factoría a nivel mundial de los deportes.
Saludos mi gente, yo soy Luis Batista desde el Madison Square Garden, la arena más famosa de Nueva York. Estoy aquí en el partido entre el New York Knicks y los magos de Washington, los Washington Wizards. Soy aquí para cubrir este evento. Queríamos hablar con Presiski, pero lamentablemente Presiski está lesionado. Una entrevista interesante porque él habla muy bien español. Además es de esta casa, fue drafteado por los Knicks de Nueva York en el 2015. Lamentablemente no pudimos conversar con él porque está lesionado. Además está hablando de un contrato de 180 millones por 4 años con el equipo de Washington. Pero tuvimos la oportunidad de hablar con un exjugador de los Knicks, Tim Thomas. Así que no se muevan, que todo apenas esto comienza, la máquina deportiva desde Madison Square Garden.
Probably, a combination of both. I think the one thing when you look at him, wherever he's been, whether it was high school, college, the pros, there's been significant jumps every season. And that's a testament to him and his willingness to grow and learn and work. His work ethic is off the charts. So in each experience is teaching him something. And so I think he'll be one of those guys because of the way he approaches it. He'll get better every year. And so we were confident that he could do this. I think, if you look at last year, it was steady throughout and he just kept going. And he has the ability to play his best in big games. I think, a lot of times people manufacture things that really aren't true.
We as a group struggled in that fourth quarter. Obviously didn't shoot the ball well, hit 1 for 11 from 3. So got some decent looks, but the change in defenses from zone, man to zone, somewhat of a hybrid, I thought kept us off balance a little bit. And the turnovers, I think 7 in that quarter, which really put us behind the 8 ball bit. But yeah, to your point, I think it does, challenge our guys a little bit to play through some of these scenarios. You're not gonna get it scripted for you. Learning on the fly often is a challenge and sometimes frustrating, but that's the only way to go through those lessons.
Your opponent has something to play for still. You want to get home court advantage in the first round. Second chance points, offensive rebounds, they're really, really good at that. Yeah. If you don't have Porzingis, obviously that's going to be Gaff and Gill and others.
It's going to be everybody. I mean, it's not just on our bigs. We've talked about this at length throughout the season, where the defensive rebounding piece. It's easy to say, well, that's the fives, and that's what fives do. But the amount of drives, they're top 5 in ISOs, top 5 in drives. We got to be able to contain the ball at the point, minimizing the need for help. That hopefully keeps more size on size, keeps us out of rotations. So that's where you see a lot of those offensive putbacks. There's certainly times when that ball goes up, we can't get called ball watching. It's got to be a hunt hit mentality. Get 2 or 3 bodies to Mitchell Robinson. He's got an elite level ability to rebound the ball, specifically on the offensive end. We've had problems with him, all season. So minimizing that is going to be a big thing for us tonight.
With no KP, is this a game that you'd maybe like to see J Huff get some action, especially coming off of the success he had those last couple weeks with the Go-Go and possibly even X?
Yeah, I think it's tough to play 4 bigs, but with the amount of size that Knicks can put out there, it's certainly in the cards. I think X is more suited offensively at the 5. Defensively, he's got the flexibility of running 3s, 4s, small ball 5s. Him as a roller, playmaker in the pocket, I think is a strength of his. So I'd like to get a chance for both those two, but it's often difficult to do in one game.
Obviously, no team wants to be in this situation, trying to control their own, but also relying on other teams to assist in that sense. But what's the mood in the locker room, especially amongst the young guys, knowing that they have an opponent, as Chris said, playing for something, they could still play spoiler while fighting for something?
Well, I think it's more about us, can we make sure we're organized, make sure we're doing some of the things we've talked about, the details of our communication, minimizing our coverage mistakes, whether the ball goes in or not, you control that to an extent, but are we playing the right way? Competing, those areas I think we control. So I think it's less about our opponent, more about our disposition and approach. All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. How you like this?
I love it. New group of guys, fresh start. Been playing well
break,
so far,
right?
so it's been great.
You ready down with, all right?
Yeah, I mean, it's always, good when it's, fresh group of guys that come in and are willing to work hard and compete. And that's what coach is getting out of them every single night. So, I mean, it's showing. I mean, they're in a great situation right now. Clinch tonight going into the playoffs. So we'll see how things pan out. This is everything, man. This is the Mecca.
How about what you missing?
What I miss about it? I mean, just the game itself, being around the guys, competing on an everyday basis. But this is the building, man. This is the Mecca.
All right, thanks a lot for the rest of the day. Thank you. Tim Thomas for the New York Knicks. Nos vamos a una pausa y regresamos.